All right, everyone. This is my presentation on digital resources for educators. My name is Caitlin Smith. I currently teach first grade, so a lot of these resources are geared towards things that I use with younger grades, but they can definitely be used in all grade levels as well. So, one of the first digital resources that I use a lot in my classroom is Mystery Science. This is a um, computer based membership that gives you access to a lot of science activities. It gives you full lesson plans and also mini lessons that you can just share for students to build background knowledge or just for a fun activity. Some of the pros are that the lessons are by grade level and it goes up to grade 5. They are aligned to standards that you would teach in your state. There are mini lessons that are about 10 minutes, and then there are full units, and they do have full lessons that take about 45 minutes, but they include a hands-on activity, a video, and a lesson. Another pro is that it is free for most of the lessons and most of the units. Some of the cons, if you would like a full membership that includes a lot more materials and readings and assessments, that does cost for the entire year. Some lessons are also locked, but all you have to do is just invite your teacher friends to also use it in their classroom by sending an email, and then it will unlock it. It does take time to prepare the materials, but it gives you a full breakdown of the materials, and you do need a full time period needed for the lessons. I am going to click on the hyperlink so that you can see kind of what it looks like. It is a very cool website. They have lots of different types of things. Obviously, mine is set to first grade right now. We did do a animal one, and it was really cool. It was about how sound travels with the use of frogs and their habitat. So you can always click on them, and it is in Spanish and English. It tells you the time breakdown, um, what standard it is with, and how to copy everything. So it's very user friendly, and I really enjoy this. My kids have enjoyed it a lot using it this year. The next one that I use every day in my classroom is Splash Learn. The great thing about this is it is math and reading instruction, and it can be individualized instruction, or it can be based on what standard you are teaching in the classroom for that week or that day. It is game-based instruction, so the kids really enjoy it, and it is obviously kid-friendly. The only issue is that you do need to have access to internet or computers in your classroom, and that students will need their parents to sign up if they wish to do it at home. So their parent has to sign up and give their email. Otherwise, students will not be able to access after school hours. Some of the cons are that students must complete all work before the assignment will be accepted. They have to complete each box before the assignment will go away. So sometimes the students accumulate a lot of assignments that need to be completed. And you, as a teacher, must have time to check all of the data, make sure that they're on track if they're struggling with a subject. So it's just about analyzing their progress. And the only other issue is that it does not have a diagnostic screening. So it is just based on what you assign rather than what the student needs at that point. I will click on it. So you will have to log in as a student or a parent. And I'm not going to share my login information, but you are able to assign certain things. I use it a lot to assign for blends or digraphs, so it gives them a lot of word work with those type of subjects. Another one that I really like to use is Raz Plus. It is based on individual reading level, which I really like, and I love that I can group students and assign books based on their reading level. especially if I need to pull something for a small group reading instruction for the week. I can always use books on RazKids. Students are able to read, listen, and take an assessment on each book that they read, and teachers are able to see progress and monitor their students. The only cons that I have are that you must pay for the subscription. Luckily, my county pays for it, but if your county does not, you would have to pay. There are many versions of Raz, so you have to choose what's best for your class and best for your grade level. I currently have Raz Plus, but is like Raz Reading, Raz Writing, different versions. So it's important that you choose the best one that meets your needs. You do need to set explicit rules on ways that students read. So like in my classroom, they have to read, listen, and take the quiz. But my students still struggle with taking the quiz and they don't finish often. So it's hard for me to see if they're improving with their grade level. And the only bad thing is that students can only read on the level that you assign. So you have to go in constantly changing to make sure that they're on the correct grade level, reading level. And the books are somewhat boring, in my opinion, for kids that are at a lower reading level. So my kids kind of struggle with getting really excited about RazKids, but it is a great tool to use. So this is the program. You're able to look up like leveled books, early reading books like letter books. They also have skills practice. They also have English language learning, which is very useful, especially in my classroom. I do have 2 students that do not speak English, and they also have Spanish books. Okay, this is about Epic. Epic is similar to RazKids, but my kids definitely like it a lot more because it is student choice for reading. So they're able to choose any book that interests them, and it's not really based on their reading level. They can listen to certain books. Not all books have audio, which I don't prefer, but it is awesome that they can listen to some. Teachers can create collections or assign books. For my graphic novel segment that I taught 2 weeks ago, I did create a collection on Epic for graphic novels that were appropriate for first graders so that I could make sure that they were reading appropriate content. And it is free for teachers and parents. So cons is that it is difficult to log in for students. Sometimes they do give you a class code and you're not able to choose it. So the class code that I have is kind of difficult for 6-year-olds to type in. They do not have assessments for books, and it is not based on reading level. Although it's not based on reading level, I think my kids prefer it just because they can listen to books even if they're too hard for them to actually read. As far as the navigation of the website, it's really awesome. You can do it based off of age level, you can do it based off of reading level. I mean, the options are endless. There's so many different popular books on here. I also use this when I don't have the necessary books to teach my mini lesson in person. I always use a digital copy of the book. So it's very, very good. And my students love it. And then obviously you can see that you can go to just audio, and these are all the ones that they can listen to. So I think that that is awesome for your struggling readers. And my last one is about Class Dojo. This is not a instructional website, but this is my means of communication with a family. It does engage families, so they're able to communicate with you. You're able to communicate with them. You can send pictures. You can send PDF files. You can also communicate and translate. If a parent is speaking in a different language, you can translate their message or they can translate yours, which I think is amazing, so that all parents are able to receive the same information regardless of their home language. It is free, and it can also be used for PBIS, which is like positive behavior. So you can give students points. They have like their own little Class Dojo monster, and you're able to give specific points for things that the children do during the day, like showing kindness or helping a friend. And their parents are able to see those points immediately. And it's a great way to boost morale in the classroom and also get parents involved in making sure that their child is making good choices at home. The cons is that it is not used for instruction and it is not geared towards students. Like your students are not going to get on Class Dojo and use it for any type of game or instructional purposes. But they do have a lot of great morning meeting videos that I have been using that talk about different social emotional topics. So it is a great resource to use. And this is kind of what it looks like. All you have to do is log in, and then your classroom will be set up based on teacher, parent, student. The only issue is that you do have to get parents to sign up for it. But other than that, it's great. So that is the end of my presentation, and I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing all of the different resources that you all have put into your presentations. Thank you.